What does God look like?
He looks like you. And actually, the first problem we have with this God concept, God means nothing. The concept of God simply, if you can check the dictionary definition, it simply means you admit to something that is supernatural, but it has no name. So until you give me the name of the God you're talking about, to say I believe in God, simply say I admit. It's like ngihlangane nendoda.
Yeah.
But ubani indoda. Isho phela ukuthi umbani hayi ngumZulu. Ukabani hayi ngumlotsha. Which one amongst them lotsha?
Yeah.
Uphani wena awuyibona ke manje. Iba specific.
Yeah.
So God in the concept of language simply means that which is supernatural. But the problem is, did God create men or men are creating gods? Because if we are supposed to use the biblical passage, which much of our African community is hinged on, where God says, let's make man in our own image, in our own likeness. Oh, wow, beautiful. So what are you expecting? God is going to pull his beard, he's going to pull his ears, he's going to plug himself, and then makes man. Oh, but no. Then he takes soil, he takes water, and he takes air, fuses them, and he says, there is a human being. In other words, there is something in the soil, something in the water, something in the air. That is in God. And then when you look at a human being, you're actually looking at the God himself in person. Because if God wanted us to make us as he is, then we should not have been here. We should be some spirits floating in mid-air somewhere else. So the physical nature of God is man.
So therefore, if there is a God, we are God, or we are the tangible representation.
We are the evidence of the unseen.
You said something, and you studied theology, which makes you an expert in the field of religious studies. You said in our image. Is that what the scripture says? In our image?
Let's make him.
Or in my image?
Let's make man in our image. He makes it plural.
Who is the plural? Is God not a singular?
No, he's talking to his wife. He's talking to his wife. Because in context of theology, without necessarily getting myself entangled in dogmatics, in the context of theology, this is happening on the 6th day after creation. So what do we have? We have land, we have trees, we have seas, we have all the animals that are there. And then God said, let us make man. So translation number 1, which is the most popular one, God is talking to the other two to make it the Trinity. But the Bible does not mention the Trinity in that space. In my own context, let us make man in our own image. He is talking to the entire creation that is there. And then God enters his wife, who is the land. That's why the land is still here up today, Mother Africa. He goes into the ground, and from the ground extracts man. That is impregnation, that is delivery, that is literal, to use the biblical sense. So without the land, there could not be any human being. So he is addressing the land. Hence, man is younger than the land. Man is younger than the woman, because the land is the one that gives birth to the man. So the woman that you're talking about is Eve, is actually made out of the bones, and the bones are the structures and the marrows from where we have come from, where the DNA is in, and that is land. Therefore, in my own world, it is a husband and wife creating. So it is God and the land. It is a universe and the land. And therefore, you must make the land pregnant first before you make a woman pregnant. I will always come back there.
You always say that, and it's very important. Make the land pregnant first before you get
That's what God does, so you do the same. Whatever God means. But you cannot expect any production if you're not prepared to put something into it.